The Alberta NDP are now looking at cracking down on political action committees, even though like a little over 3 weeks ago, they assured us all they weren't. Now, what are political action committees, or PACs, as they exist here in Alberta? It's just a political fund that people donate to. That's it. They can advertise in support of a candidate or a party or a cause while not being directly tied to a party. So why do PACs even exist? You see, the NDP have had the support of big unions here in Alberta, and even though the NDP capped corporate and union donations directly to political parties, they did not address third-party spending on elections. There's no limit on that spending at all. Alberta legislation also does not prevent labor unions from loaning workers to political parties during campaigns. That's pretty convenient for the NDP. Now, in the past, as recent as, like I said, 3 weeks ago, the NDP weren't going to crack down on third-party advertisers because historically, third parties in Alberta mean unions and other left-wing outfits like environmental groups, and those groups have always supported the left-wing parties. So the PACs came along. They popped up all over the place this year in support of conservative unity, in support of Jason Kenney, in support of Brian Jean. Even one just popped up in support of Derek Fildebrandt. What the PACs really are is the right wing's very clever answer to the money big unions are able to spend as third-party advertisers in Alberta elections. And that's why the NDP wants to crack down on them now. Labour Minister Christina Gray thinks PACs are a problem. And she's right, they are for the NDP. Christina Gray also told the Globe and Mail that the NDP is not affiliated with any outside operation. So the NDP Labour Minister doesn't think the NDP is directly affiliated with any outside group, including labor unions who spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on third-party advertising in Alberta. Well, that's pretty weird, because if any other intrepid reporter other than me bothered to check the Alberta NDP's constitution and made it past all the cultural Marxist mumbo-jumbo without having a bit of a mini-stroke, you'd see the NDP are directly affiliated with the Alberta Federation of Labour. Look here. The AFL even nominates 5 delegates from their member unions to sit as 2 delegates on the NDP's provincial council. And 4 delegates from the AFL are required to be a part of the provincial NDP conventions. It's in the NDP constitution as a rule. So who does Christina Gray think she's fooling here except, well, the mainstream media, I guess? The NDP's third-party advertisers aren't even third parties. They are the party making leadership decisions on the provincial council. But Christina Gray has the audacity to say they aren't affiliated? PACs are raising and spending a ton of money in support of defeating the NDP. So the NDP want to use legislation to take away the one thing that levels the playing field against unions spending their mandatory dues on left-wing politics. Yeah, the NDP, they're against big money in politics, just the voluntary right-wing kind. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. It's my job to fact-check the NDP, especially when the mainstream media refuses to. To never miss a story, be sure to subscribe to our new Rebel Canada YouTube page.